Hello Swatantra TV viewers. I am Mahima, welcoming you to our English bulletin with latest news, updates and analysis. Right to apprenticeship, a legal guarantee for MSP, and passing a constitutional amendment to raise the 50% cap on reservations for scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and other backward classes are among the promises made by the Congress in its manifesto for the Lok Sabha polls released on Friday. The manifesto, focusing on 5 pillars of justice and 25 guarantees under them, was released at the AICC headquarters in the presence of Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge and former party chiefs Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. In the document titled Nyay Patra, the opposition party said it would implement 10% quota in jobs, educational institutions for economically weaker sections for all castes, communities without discrimination if it comes to power. It also promised to fill nearly 30 lakh vacancies in sanctioned posts at various levels in the central government and said the Rajasthan model of cashless insurance of up to 25 lakh rupees will be adopted for universal healthcare. The Congress also said it will conduct a nationwide socio-economic and caste census, appealing to people to look beyond religion, language, caste and choose wisely to install a democratic government. The party said the general elections present an opportunity to radically change the style of governance that has been in evidence over the past decade.
Yeah, both Hindi.
आज भारतीय राष्ट्रीय कांग्रेस के 2024 के लोकसभा चुनाव का घोषणा पत्र जारी किया जा रहा है। हमारा ये घोषणा पत्र देश के राजनीतिक इतिहास में न्याय के दस्तावेज के रूप में याद किया जाएगा। राहुल जी के नेतृत्व में चली भारत जोड़ो न्याय यात्रा में 5 पिलर्स पर ध्यान केंद्रित किया गया था। यात्रा के दौरान युवा न्याय, किसान न्याय, नारी न्याय, श्रमिक न्याय और हिस्सेदारी न्याय की घोषणा की गई थी। जहाँ कहीं भी हम गए इन न्याय की बात हमने करी थी और इसकी गारंटी भी हमने दी है। इन 5 पिलर्स में से 25 गारंटी निकलते हैं। हर 25 गारंटी ने किसी ना किसी को लाभ मिलने का इसके अंतर्गत यहाँ पर हमारे मैनिफेस्टो में भी है और इसके लिए जो हम पहले से ही करते हुए आए हैं वो भी हमने इसका उल्लेख किया है।
Congress leader Rahul Gandhi on Friday said the India bloc has decided that its prime ministerial face will be decided by the alliance constituents jointly after it wins the polls and exuded confidence that the NDA's 2024 campaign will meet the same fate as that of India shining in 2004. Rahul Gandhi said the Lok Sabha polls are between forces who are trying to destroy the constitution and democracy in the country and those protecting them. Speaking at the Congress Manifesto launch program, Gandhi said it is a much closer contest than what is propagated by the media, and expressed confidence of winning the polls. Responding to a question after the release of the party manifesto for the Lok Sabha polls, he said, "This election is about those who want to destroy the constitution and democracy in the country versus those who want to protect the constitution and democracy." Asked about who will be the prime ministerial face, Gandhi said that India bloc has decided that we are together fighting an ideological election. After winning the election, who will be the leader, the PM, the whole coalition will jointly decide.
ये मैनिफेस्टो
कांग्रेस पार्टी ने नहीं बनाया है, ये मैनिफेस्टो हिंदुस्तान की जनता ने बनाया है। हमने सिर्फ इसको लिखा है, हमने सिर्फ इसको लिखा है। जो किसानों ने हमें बताया, खारगे जी को बताया, मुझे बताया, बाकी नेताओं को बताया, वो हमने लिखा है। चाहे वो रोजगार की बात हो, चाहे वो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट लेबर की बात हो, हजारों लोगों से बात करके हमने ये हिंदुस्तान की आवाज है, ये लिखी है। मगर जो राजनीति में आज हो रहा है वो क्लियर है कि सब पार्टीज को नरेंद्र मोदी, ईडी, सीबीआई, इन इंस्टीट्यूशंस को कैप्चर करके फाइनेंशियली मोनोपोली बना रहे हैं। और चुनाव के बाद रियलिटी है कि ये जो फाइनेंशियल मोनोपोली बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग चीज है, क्योंकि सारा इंफॉर्मेशन, सारा का सारा इंफॉर्मेशन, किससे एक्सटॉर्शन किया है, किसको कॉन्ट्रैक्ट दिया है, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट देने के बाद उसने कितना पैसा दिया है, वो पूरी ब्लूप्रिंट, पूरी की पूरी ब्लूप्रिंट इलेक्टोरल बॉन्ड्स में लिखी हुई है।
The BJP on Friday dubbed the Congress Lok Sabha poll manifesto a bundle of lies and alleged that the party, which ruled the country for several decades, did not fulfill any of the promises made in its earlier manifestos for the Assembly and Lok Sabha elections. The Congress on Friday released its manifesto for the Lok Sabha elections, making a host of promises including the right to apprenticeship, a legal guarantee for MSP, and raising the 50% cap on reservations for SCs, STs and OBCs. The Congress manifesto is a bundle of lies. It has been prepared to create confusion among voters, BJP national spokesperson Sudhanshu Trivedi told reporters. The BJP leader said it was an irony that the Congress was seeking people's mandate with the promise that it will do wonders this time if voted to power again. After remaining at helm for several decades, they are now promising that they will do wonders this time if voted to power. The Congress has titled its manifesto Nyay Patra, which means it admits that it has done injustice during its 55 to 60 years rule in the country, he charged. Trivedi said the Congress, which ruled the country for several decades, is talking about justice today, but its governments did not do justice when in power. The Congress did not fulfill any of its promises made in its earlier manifestos for the Assembly and Lok Sabha elections, he charged.
आज महंगाई की दर और बेरोजगारी की दर देखें तो 5% के आसपास महंगाई की दर और 3.1% के आसपास बेरोजगारी की दर है। मैं कांग्रेस के लोगों को ध्यान दिलाना चाहता हूं, पिछले 50 साल में, इन द लास्ट 50 years, द ईयर्स विच आर हैविंग द लोएस्ट रेट ऑफ इन्फ्लेशन, 2017 3.33, 2019 3.73, 2004 3.77, 2001 3.78, 2003 3.81, 2018 3.94, 2000 4%, 2005 4.2% और इस समय 5%। 5% के नीचे हैं, उनमें से 8 या 9 वर्ष हमारे शासनकाल के हैं, यह हकीकत है। अब यदि आपसे पूछा जाए कि हाईएस्ट ग्रोथ रेट के जो टॉप 10 हैं ईयर्स, उसमें वर्तमान समय में हम G7 कंट्रीज में, G20 कंट्रीज में हाईएस्ट ग्रोथ रेट के साथ हैं।
A court here on Friday allowed the CBI to interrogate BRS leader K. Kavita, arrested in the Delhi excise policy case, in Tihar jail. Kavita was arrested by the Enforcement Directorate in an alleged money laundering case linked to the alleged excise policy scam on 15th March. The order was passed on the plea filed by the Central Bureau of Investigation seeking the court's permission to interrogate Kavita in judicial custody. Kavita had urged the court on Thursday for enlarging her on interim bail on account of her 16-year-old son's examinations, for which he needed his mother's moral and emotional support. Kavita, daughter of former Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao, has been accused of being a key member of the South Group, which allegedly paid the ruling AAP in Delhi kickbacks of 100 crore rupees in return for a big share of liquor licenses in the national capital. She was sent to 14-day judicial custody last Tuesday. Kavita was arrested from her Banjara Hills residence in Hyderabad on 15th Reserve Bank of India on Friday kept the benchmark interest rates unchanged at 6.5% for the seventh time in a row, citing concerns over food inflation in view of IMD's prediction of above normal maximum temperatures during April to June. As RBI has held key policy rates steady, the EMIs on home and auto loans are likely to remain stable for some more time. The central bank has kept interest rates unchanged since February 2023, while unveiling the first bi-monthly monetary policy for the current financial year. RBI has retained its growth and inflation forecast for the current fiscal at 7% and 4.5% respectively. After a detailed assessment of the evolving macroeconomic and financial developments and the outlook, Monetary Policy Committee decided by a 5-1 majority to keep the policy repo rate unchanged at 6.50%, RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das said. He further said that the six-member Monetary Policy Committee would remain focused on withdrawal of accommodation to ensure that inflation progressively aligns to the target, while supporting growth. Wheat harvesting is by and large over. Wheat availability will not be affected as much as it did 2 years ago, when there were heatwave conditions starting from March. Retail inflation in February was 5.1%, with food basket inflation at 8.66%. For the full 2023-24 fiscal, inflation is projected at 5.4%. In the current fiscal, the RBI expects inflation to be around 4.5%, with Q1 at 4.9%, Q2 at 3.8%, Q3 at 4.6%, and Q4 at 4.5%.
The Reserve Bank MPC decided by a majority of 5-1 to keep the policy repo rate unchanged at 6.5%. Consequently, the standing deposit facility, that is the SDF, rate remains at 6.25%, and the marginal standing facility, that is the MSF rate, remains at MSF rate and the bank rate, they remain at 6.75%.
Delhi Minister and senior AAP leader Atishi on Friday lashed out at the Election Commission after she was served a show cause notice on Friday, asking if it was a subsidiary organization of the BJP. She said in a media conference that questions were raised over neutrality of the Election Commission, whose responsibility was to remain non-partisan, provide level playing field to the opposition parties, and conduct free and fair elections. The notice was issued to Atishi by the poll body over her claims that the BJP had approached her to either join the party or be prepared to be arrested by the Enforcement Directorate within a month. Atishi said that news was flashed at 11:15 am on Friday that she has been issued a notice by the Election Commission, whereas she got it through email at 11:45 am. It means the news of EC notice was first planted in the media by the BJP and then the Election Commission gave the notice, she said. Partners Congress and CPI in Andhra Pradesh have struck a seat-sharing deal for the ensuing simultaneous polls, entailing the CPI to contest 1 Lok Sabha and 8 assembly seats. As per the agreement reached on Thursday, CPI will contest the Guntur Lok Sabha constituency, while the assembly segments include Vijayawada West, Vishakhapatnam West, Anantapur and Pattikonda. Other assembly constituencies allocated to the CPI are Tirupati, Rajampet, Iluru and Kamalapuram. Y. Salmila Reddy, President, APCC, held a series of consultations with Ramakrishna, Secretary, CPI, on sharing of seats between Indian National Congress and CPI for the upcoming elections to Parliament and Assembly in Andhra Pradesh, it said. However, the names of the CPI candidates were not revealed in the press release. On 2nd April, Sharmila had announced the names of candidates for 5 Lok Sabha and 114 assembly seats from the Congress party. Further details on another 19 Lok Sabha and 53 assembly seats are awaited. The CPI, Congress and CPIM are India alliance partners in Andhra Pradesh. Elections for the 175-member Assembly and 25 Lok Sabha seats in Andhra Pradesh are scheduled on 13th May and the counting of votes is slated for 4th Minister and Bharat Rashtra Samit President K. Chandrasekhar Rao came down heavily on the Telangana Congress government for the sorry state of affairs in the agriculture sector. He said the incompetence and inefficiency of the Congress government has led to the withering of standing crops in 15 lakh acres, said KCR, while addressing a media conference in Sirkilla, after interacting with farmers in Karimnagar and other areas in the Karimnagar Lok Sabha constituency. The Congress leaders have no knowledge about the Kaleshwaram lift irrigation project, which is the lifeline for Telangana. The former Chief Minister said it was unbecoming of Chief Minister A. Revanth Reddy to use foul language against his opponents. He reiterated that 200 farmers died in 100 days of Congress rule. He took objection to the Chief Minister asking his opponents to send the list of the farmers to enable the government to pay compensation. The Bharat Rashtra Samiti leaders sent the list of 209 farmers who died in 100 days of the Congress regime, KCR said. The Chief Minister, however, made no move to help the bereaved families of the families who died.
మేము కొత్త గట్ని సైడ్లో కూడా ఉన్నాయి. సైడ్లో వచ్చి కలిసేటువంటి రివర్ లెట్స్ ఏవైతే ఉంటాయో వాటిని కూడా చాలా ఇసుకలనే కడతాం. వాటికి పిల్లర్స్ ఉంటాయి. మొత్తం ఆ రివర్ లెట్స్ కోసం కట్టినటువంటి ఉపనదుల మీద కట్టినవి కానీ మెయిన్ గోదావరి మీద కట్టినవి కానీ అన్ని బ్యారేజ్ల మీద కలిపి 300 చిల్లర ఉంటాయి. ఇది పిల్లర్స్ బ్రహ్మాండంగా 3 బ్యారేజ్లలో కలిపి దాదాపు 200 చిల్లర గేట్లు ఉంటాయి. అంత పెద్ద పని అది. దాని తర్వాత ఒక్కొక్క పంప్ హౌస్ మొన్న వీళ్ళు ఒత్తిరు కదా నంది మేడారంల వరద కాలువలో నీళ్ళు పోయడానికి. కాళేశ్వరం అయిపోయింది, మరి ఆ పంప్ ఎందుకు వచ్చినావు? మరి నేను అడుగుతా ఉన్నా, ఎట్లా వచ్చినాయి నీళ్ళు? మరి ఎందుకో వచ్చే కాళేశ్వరం నీందే వచ్చినాయా? మేము ఏం చేసినాం? మీలాగా లత్కోర్ పని చేయలే. మేము కడుతుంటే కాళేశ్వరం ప్రాజెక్టు కడతా ఉంటే 2 బ్యారేజీలు తెలంగాణ కాంగ్రెస్ నాయకుల యొక్క అసమర్థత వల్ల సమైక్య పాలకులు పెండింగ్లో పెట్టిన దశాబ్దాల తరబడి.
Former Deputy Commissioner of Police who worked in the Hyderabad City Task Force Radha Kishan Rao took ill on Friday during questioning by the police in the phone tapping case. On the second day of his questioning at Banjara Hills Police Station, the former official's blood pressure shot up. The police then called doctors for a checkup. The police on Thursday took into custody Kishan Rao after a city court remanded him to police custody for 7 days. Kishan Rao, who worked as officer on special duty in the task force after superannuation, is being questioned about his alleged involvement in the illegal surveillance of individuals and disappearance of evidence pertaining to the surveillance. He is also accused of facilitating illegal transport of cash at the behest of the former ruling party Bharat Rashtra Samiti during November 2023 assembly elections. Radha Kishan Rao has been named the fourth accused in the case, which came to light last month. He was arrested on 28 March. The next day, Nampalli's court sent him to judicial custody for 14 days. Index Sensex registered marginal gains to hit fresh lifetime high on Friday after the Reserve Bank maintained the status quo on key interest rates amid a negative trend in global markets. The six-member rate-setting panel of the Reserve Bank of India on Friday kept the benchmark interest rates unchanged at 6.5% for the seventh time in a row. It also expressed concerns over food inflation given IMD's prediction of above normal maximum temperatures during April to June. The 30-share BSE Sensex inched up 20.59 points or 0.03% to settle at a fresh record of 74,248.22. The index oscillated between the intraday peak of 74,361.11 and the low of 73,946.92. The broader NSE Nifty ended with a marginal loss of 0.95 points at 22,513.70. As many as 28 components of the 50-share benchmark ended in the red. Although the RBI policy meeting unfolded as anticipated, concerns over food inflation and warnings of a heat wave tampered sentiment. Among the Sensex constituents, 18 stocks closed in negative with Ultratech Cement, L&T, Bharti Airtel, Bajaj Finance and Tech Mahindra being major laggards. Other heavyweights like Asian Paints, Maruti, Titan and JSW Steel also saw heavy selling. In contrast, Kotak Mahindra Bank, Bajaj Finserv, HDFC Bank, ITC and SBI bucked the trend and ended the session with a gain of up to 2.09%. For watching Swatantra TV English Bulletin. For a complete and comprehensive English news bulletin, please do watch Swatantra TV every day. This is Mahima, signing off. Keep watching Swatantra TV.